Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty.
I don't know about New York City, but it's been great here.
Oh, that's a great song. I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like,
Delilah.
what, almost 14 years. Anyway, what a week it has been. Stepping back, eating our way through the decades, something I try to make a habit of. And it's all in honor of WBOC's 60th anniversary.
And boy, it has been fun. And today we're tackling the 2000s. Although they wrapped up only a few years ago, it's interesting to look back and already see a change in food trends. Oh, how we loved our fruit smoothies. In fact, we still do.
Yes, we do.
And in the 2000s is when organic salads really exploded onto the scene.
But we also were obsessed with cupcakes and cake pops, something else that made its way into the scene in the 2000s, brown butter pasta. And that is what we are making this afternoon.
Yeah, it's really easy to make. You only need a few ingredients, and they include, of course, your pasta. You want some unsalted butter. You want some salt, a little bit of brown sugar, and chopped fresh sage. So the first thing you're going to want to do is boil your pasta in well salted water. That's important. And then we're going to go ahead and heat up our pan here, because we're going to start with the butter. Cook the butter. How much do we say? About a stick plus 2 tablespoons.
I'm not going to put all that much in.
Okay.
I'm just going to put like...
Wait a minute. You're not going to put all that much butter in?
That's absolutely right. That's a good point.
Jimmy, come on.
Glad you brought that up. What was I thinking?
So yeah, we're going to let that kind of cook in there. And this is one of those recipes where you need to really pay attention to how you're cooking it.
Why?
Because the reason it's brown butter is not because you're putting brown sugar in it. It's because you're just browning the butter a little bit. And
you mean like almost burning, but not quite?
But not quite. So there's that nice little fine line you need to find there. So you put in your brown sugar, about a teaspoon.
Oh, need more than that.
Brown sugar, yeah.
See, I was going to get the shovel, but I know how you are. You don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you have to keep an eye on this then.
Yeah,
how long does
really
it take to do this?
It should take about 10 to 15 minutes for it to cook up.
All right.
Okay. So you got your butter.
Got a good boil going on here.
Yeah, you got a nice boil going on there. In fact, I think I'm going to turn it down a little bit, because I think it'll start burning too fast. Or splatter me in the arm. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So over there, over in that bowl, we have our sage.
Right.
Fresh sage is always good, but we have dried sage because we like things easy around here. So you're going to go ahead and throw that in there as well. And while you do that, I'll let everyone know there are several ways you can get the shopping list and instructions on how to make this recipe. You can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland, 21801. You can also go to WBOC.com and click on our picture at the top of the page, or you can give us a call, 443-880-9116. Make sure you let us know you want the recipe for the brown butter pasta.
Hey, look, I boiled our pasta.
You did.
Isn't that amazing?
So yeah, you're supposed to let this kind of cook down a little bit, about 10 to 15 minutes, like I said. We already have some that's already cooked down here. So what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and put some of that in there. We don't want to put a whole lot in there, and mix it up.
I'll just give you a spoonful.
How about that?
Is that a good start?
Yeah.
All right. Because I need to spin. I need to.
You need to stir that up a little bit.
I want to ruin it now. I've got a good start going on here.
That's right. I turned it down. Okay.
And this doesn't, I'd never heard of this.
I know, a lot of us hadn't heard of it, but you know, we've been doing so much research this week and finding out what was really popular and everything, and this recipe just kept coming up. So we're like, you know what, we got to do it. And of course, everything's regional.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, what's popular here might not be popular out in California, and vice versa.
Yeah, what do they know in California? They don't know.
Okay, so you ready to taste?
Is this it?
That's it.
This is it, okay.
This is what Kat made for us earlier today.
I got my fork here.
Yeah, with the butter on it. So we're going to give it a taste. We're going to see if it is.
I mean, it really is simple.
Yeah.
It takes a few minutes, but it really is simple. Thoughts?
Ooh, that's pretty good. Actually, that's very good.
I wonder if we could bring this back.
Let's do it. We're doing it now.
It's a whole new trend, and we're going to start it.
That's right.
Us and you, just to say.
So we have our decade dish. Now let's turn to the music. I have to admit, I still find myself jamming to some of the songs that were more popular just a few years ago. Up next on Delmarva Life, Willowbrook is here to play a couple of those songs for us. How about some Sugarland, and how about some Carrie Underwood? It's all straight ahead.
Yes, it is. And while we're talking entertainment, don't forget the Delaware State Fair underway in Harrington. You can see the fairgrounds here from Chopper 16. Tonight, the Demolition Derby. They fire it up at the grandstand. It's a Delaware State Fair tradition, and the Demolition Derby kicks off at 7 o'clock. Then tomorrow night, it's the Demolition Derby Championship Shootout, also gets underway at 7.
Sunday night, you don't want to miss Train with special guests striking matches when they take the grandstand stage at 7:30. Great seats are still available. And if you want more details, including the rest of the lineup at the Delaware State Fair, go to WVOC.com. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.